I'm paying my insurance premium for a reason. I just did deadlifts yesterday and my hamstrings are killing me as we do this. How long should I be holding this for? The spirituality and the mindfulness aspect of yoga. Why is this sounding familiar? Woman asking me to balance multiple things at the same time. Ki khabor. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, do consider hitting the like button and subscribing. Over my 9 years of being into the world of fitness, or be it starting the YouTube, I've always been an advocate of embracing the new and trying to embark upon newer challenges. Today will be one of those days where I try out embracing a newer form of fitness which is very new to me. I'll be trying on yoga, donning the hat of a student, and for my teacher, I'll have the very talented guest today, Kriti.
Hi.
So good to have you here. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit about yourself? When did you get started off with yoga?
So it's been 6 to 7 years that I've been practicing yoga, and very recently I decided to take it up professionally, quit my 9 to 5 and just dive into the world of yoga, which is just so deep, right? So yeah, that's been my journey, and I've met a lot of people. I'm meeting you today, someone who's so much into fitness, and I think that's one thing I really love about being into fitness, meeting newer people.
That is one thing I feel about our world, which is so, and about our community in general, which is so heartwarming, is everybody, no matter which form of fitness they're practicing, they are so welcome to embracing whatever knowledge one or the other has to offer, and how we can embark on it together and learn and grow together.
Yeah.
Usually I'm the teacher, but today I'll be the student. You tell me, how do we start out?
Amazing. So I'm assuming there's a certain series of warm-up movements that you have, right? And you would have never imagined Surya Namaskar to be your warm-up.
Never.
So
I've probably not even done a Surya Namaskar, first Surya Namaskar ever, that too on camera.
Lovely. So today is going to be your Surya Namaskar, first Surya Namaskar on camera, which is your warm-up for today's entire practice, right? Great. So let's get mats and start with it. Inhale, exhale, palms together, right at the center of your chest. Take a deep breath here. Inhale, and up.
Things you do for the video, like I just did deadlifts yesterday and my hamstrings are killing me as we do this, but still trying hard to keep a straight face. But
you did manage pretty well. So usually as a warm-up we do 6 rounds of this.
Right.
Gets us very sweaty, all warmed up and very ready for any workout that we have.
I can imagine, like every single muscle fiber in my body like feels ready to go to work.
Surya Namaskar is a group of 12 asanas. Okay. And why we do it in the beginning is because it stretches every single muscle of our body.
Right.
And it's because this combination of 12 asanas really help us stretch it, right? And the inhale, exhale, the combination is because when you are stretching too hard, there are movements that actually require inhalation more than exhalation.
Okay. So Kriti, we are done with our warm-up now. I have been strength training my whole entire life and haven't really looked much into flexibility. So if I'm coming to you for the first time, so how would you take me through a session?
Great. So we've already done the warm-up. I don't think you're sweating enough. So let's get you sweating a little more. We'll start with the first asana, which is one of the most important asanas. That's just a basic forward bend. So have a little bit more than shoulder width distance.
Right.
Just go down to your legs, to your feet.
Deadlifts yesterday and my hamstrings are killing me.
You can do anything you want. You can do anything you want.
Hip mobility and the pigeon, as we all know, is a brilliant exercise for that.
Yeah.
So what drills would you recommend I could do probably to get better at the pigeon, and how long should I be holding this for?
So there are a couple of drills for it. I can show you one right now which we can try together. So in this, we again come back to the lizard, but this time bring our knee down and just open our leg out. Kumalasana. A very important posture for building hip mobility. In here, if you just hold it for 10 seconds, there'll be slight challenge, but if you actually hold it for a minute is where the strength building happens for the ankles, for the hamstrings, opening of the hips, and we make it more challenging, right? So we go down and we hold it like this. You wanna try?
How do you do that?
Just take one hand, take this from here. From here. Take this out. Okay, I'm just gonna help you balance. Yes.
Okay.
And now take that hand from behind. Almost there. Try to hold it. You're there, Rangeet. And you've done it. Wonderful.
One important aspect in yoga a lot of people talk about is the spirituality and the mindfulness aspect of it, which not a lot of people do at the gym. So what take would you have on that, like the spirituality and the mindfulness aspect of yoga?
So I think that angle of it, that you start understanding your own body really well. Your movements help you understand your breathing patterns. Through your breathing patterns, you understand how to control your emotions. And that is where the angle of spirituality comes in.
Might have different implications with different people in different environments, but one major thing is perception and how you probably like view the activity that you're doing and connect to a deeper self. Like in terms of bodybuilding, as people famously say, the mind-muscle connection. So a lot of people, instead of doing things mindlessly, if you do it mindfully, from what I learned off of you right now is, no matter whichever activity you're doing, if you put your mind to it, it makes a whole lot of difference.
Absolutely. I think it's activity agnostic completely. It is about how you are treating it and how you are treating every movement in there. Extending your arms to the side.
Now that we are done with the basic movements, let's get you to my world. Let's start off with, this will be something fun. Let's start off with targeting certain body parts. Let's start with the back.
Sure.
I'll make you do one exercise to strengthen the back, and then you show me what you do for the same in yoga.
Let's do it.
Let's try, let's see how you fare in my world.
Okay.
One of the movements that you were beginning to do is
You still have a piece of me. Shame to even let it show that I can't let it.
the angle of your torso is what matters. The more parallel you stay to the ground, more distance you are having to pull. The more you come off 55, 45, the more you come up, the more upright you stay, that becomes easier to pull.
Easier.
There weren't weights involved in this. So something I like people to look at is whenever you're doing any movement in the gym, to view it as resistance training.
Yeah.
Whenever you're lifting weights, it's nothing else but an external form of resistance you're applying.
Correct.
Here, your own body weight was acting as resistance. So once people start looking at things in a little different manner as to whatever you're doing inside the gym, being it a very simple equation of internal force production versus external force application, things become so much simpler.
That's true, and I think here one major thing, as I was asking you also, was about the angle, right?
Right.
How much distance is there to cover?
Right.
And just that simple thing made it so challenging for me.
Right.
And without weights.
So there's
which
a
is
lot of physics which gets involved into selecting any particular movement as well. So that was in my world how I would strengthen a back.
Yeah.
What would you do in yoga to strengthen back?
Let's do it.
That I can't let it
If you do this with intent, I feel like it's a very similar movement to when you perform a lat pull down.
Yeah.
Where you're essentially going through the same biomechanics as getting your elbows closer to your body.
Yes.
A very similar contraction. So, like lot of resemblance between both worlds with what you do, because at the end of the day it's the human mechanics which cannot be
Totally.
changed.
Yeah.
The jitters, the nervous jitters. My goodness. Feel like I'm doing on a stability wall.
And
Okay.
right?
Right.
So we hold it for at least 50 seconds, 40 to 50 seconds. It does a lot of work on the lower body for us. So like this, most of our movements that we stand is all on the legs.
Okay.
And you'll feel it.
Just the application of resistance, the movement patterns being the same, but there's no right or wrong as to if you can do yoga, you can't do bodybuilding, if you could do bodybuilding, you can't do yoga. I think both have a beautiful symphony with each other,
Yeah.
and mastering a bit of both can have multiple benefits into your progression and your fitness journey.
Yeah. So now the next one is a very fun balancing challenge that I have for you. For this, we will be doing 4 different postures that we balance our body in.
Okay.
Okay? And you can just begin with me. Let's see where we fall and how we fall is going to be really interesting. So starting with the first one, which is Vriksh Asana. Simply taking your leg in, hands out, balance yourself.
Why is this sounding familiar? Woman asking me to balance multiple things at the same time.
Okay, and slowly take your hands up and stay there. Look straight at a point that is not moving.
No matter what happens, because I will stay by your side in your heart. Whatever happens, remember that you can do anything you want.
I win!
But you actually
Video over! Bodybuilding any day. Kriti, before we end the video, something which I've always seen yogis and yoginis do so well is do a master beautiful headstand.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to learn the same. So, being a complete novice, how would you take me into my headstand journey if I want to master the headstand one day?
So there are just 5 simple steps to actually get to a headstand, and I'll take you through every single step. So let's
Right.
just get to it directly.
Sure.
Great. So first thing is to measure your arms, where we place. So interlock, like hold your
Acha.
hands tight, and place it right at your knee. Open your arms. Interlock. Now place the center. Yes. Now from here, you lift your legs up and start walking your legs.
Oh, rush of blood into the head.
Ready? Yes. Okay. Now from here, just try to do one leg up, back down, up, back down, and then, whoops. Oh no.
KO, knockout.
And just hold it here.
So I learned balancing, I almost broke my neck, and I learned a lot of new things, flexibility stuff about my body as well. So thank you, Kriti, for taking me through this session.
It was a lot of
There's
fun.
so much to learn always in the fitness world, and one other thing which I've learned to embrace is you should be open to try out new things and widen your horizons, because the entire world of fitness is so vast. There's so much to learn from every sphere. So once again, I would like to thank Kriti for coming on board for this, and let us know in the comments below if you guys want a part 2 to this, where Kriti comes and goes through a strength training workout. We'll probably train legs or do deadlifts together. But till then, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you watched me fall, and I hope you watched, and I hope you learned a lot of new things.
Yes.
So if you did, do like the video, leave a comment down below and subscribe to the channel. Until then, this is Kriti, this is me Rangeet signing off, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.